There it is. Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I am a nutrition coach at Bandit CrossFit. And we are so excited that you're here today to hear about 3 tips to help you skyrocket your performance.
At Bandit CrossFit, we've partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition to support our clients using a framework that's guided, tested, and proven. We believe that something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple habit-based approach. But we know that helping you become the best version of yourself isn't just about what you eat or going to the gym a few hours a day. We need to focus on everything as a whole, from nutrition to stress management, mindset, support system, and lifestyle.
Absolutely. Healthy Steps Nutrition has helped over 40,000 people worldwide take control of their health. Here are just a couple of their success stories. I love the way they have those organized. That's super cool. Whether your goal is to lose weight, improve your performance, or both, there are some fundamentals of nutrition that we want to start with today.
Today, we're going to dive into some fundamentals of nutrition, 3 tips to skyrocket your performance, and we're going to answer some frequently asked questions about supplementation and where you need to get started.
If you are like most of our clients, you understand that in order to improve your performance, you have to be consistent in the gym. Too often we overlook the other 23 hours of the day, however, and how they influence your performance, your recovery, and your ability to decrease inflammation. So today we're going to talk about 3 tips to help you skyrocket your performance.
And number 1 is prioritize whole foods. In a sea of supplements, pills, and powders that claim many performance benefits, we must not forget that the foundation of health and fueling our body is whole foods. Our first core nutrition principle is whole foods: meats and veggies, nuts, seeds, some fruit, little starch, and minimal added sugar. No pills, supplements, or powders will magically skyrocket your performance when skipping tip number 1. So let's dive into the macronutrients and how they are related to performance.
No magic pills.
None. Zip zero.
What a bummer. So let's talk about protein. Protein first, and what the role of protein is. Protein plays a vital role in our body's structure and enzymes. Protein is also involved with hormone health and immune function. Super important. Also is the building block of our muscles. And without adequate protein, it's impossible to build the muscle that you are working so hard for in the gym. This means that every time we eat, we need to consume protein with every single meal and snack.
Yep. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are our body's main source of fuel and primary source of energy during exercise. Carbs prevent protein from being used as energy, which is important because we need protein for building our. Carbs are the biggest umbrella of macronutrients. Examples include fruit, beans, rice, bread, pasta, veggies, starch, candy, juices, and so much more. Carbohydrates that should be prioritized to improve performance are high in vitamins and minerals and contain limited added sugar, which promotes inflammation. When focusing on whole foods first, we are consuming quality carbs to promote health, promote recovery, and optimal health.
For sure. And then lastly, the last macro we'll talk about is fats. Fats play a role in our membranes and aid in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, E, D, and K. Fat is the most calorically dense macronutrient, meaning that it has more calories per gram than carbs and protein. There's 9 calories per gram, and a little bit goes a long way. Some examples of fats include nuts, seeds, oil, and animal fats. And they also contain a little bit of protein. Fats that are going to be ideal for performance would contain omega-3s, which help to fight inflammation, and they aid in recovery. Some examples of omega-3 fats would be like wild-caught salmon, mackerel, herring, almonds, and walnuts.
And now we're going to talk a little bit about proper hydration. Dehydration can decrease performance by up to 20%. This means that we need to go into our workouts properly hydrated. Benefits staying hydrated are it maintains our plasma volume, it decreases fatigue, it prevents energy, and it reduces the risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke, which is super important if you work out like we do. Can you be too hydrated? Yes. Over consuming water can deplete sodium from your cells and cause hyponatremia, which is low sodium. It is imperative that endurance athletes replace sweat loss via fluid intake containing about 4 to 8% of carbohydrate solution and electrolytes during training or competition. It is recommended that athletes drink about 500 milliliters or about 20 ounces of fluid solution 1 to 2 hours before an event and continue to consume cool or cold drinks in regular intervals to replace fluids lost due to sweat.
Good to know. It is super hot here in the summertime at Bandit CrossFit. There are some other natural sources of electrolytes. Some of the common electrolytes that are already found in your body are calcium, chloride, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and sodium. And some food sources that you can find some of these things in, spinach is great. 1 cup of cooked spinach has a daily intake value of 24% calcium and 73% magnesium. This is my kid's favorite, pickle juice. Drinking pickle juice has become more common, and there's actually science behind the trend. Typical pickle juice is loaded with sodium and chloride, which may be why it's framed to reduce the duration of muscle spasms during or after workouts. Lemons are also a good source of potassium, calcium, and magnesium. And then nuts as well. Almonds and cashews are a good source of magnesium, calcium, and potassium. I was listening to something the other day about teachers and hydration and how it's so hard for our teachers to get their water in during the day because, you know, they're not allowed to have restroom breaks. And so they were being recommended to eat foods that hydrate, you know, where some of these weren't the ones that they were talking about. They were talking about like cucumbers and watermelons and stuff like that to stay hydrated. But these are good ones.
Yes.
Side note. Next, before your workout tips, Dina.
Yes, fueling for workouts is best done within 3 hours of your workout. Fueling your body before workouts are important to ensure your glycogen or your carbohydrate stores are ready to go for optimal performance because, again, our carbs are energy. If you are working out first thing in the morning, liquids are digested faster than solid food and might be easier for you to tolerate. Examples might be half a smoothie or drinkable yogurt or applesauce with some protein powder. If you're working out in the middle of the day, consume a balanced meal 1 to 2 hours prior to. And if you are eating 1 hour, limit the amount of fat consumed as fat slows down digestion.
Good tips for our 5 a.m.ers there to liquid before they come. During your workout, if you're doing a 60-minute class, your fuel should be consumed before, not during it. I've heard that a lot. I think there's some training programs out there that recommend drinking your, you know, like a protein shake during your workout, but good to know. If we're only working out for an hour, we don't need to do that. We want to stay hydrated. Remember to consume electrolytes if you are sweating. And one of our favorite electrolyte supplements is Nuun, N-U-U-N. And I'm pretty sure around here you can find those still at Dick's, and I know Academy has them, and they're really good. It's a little tablet. Drop it in your water. Slight little bit of flavor, not a lot, but a lot of electrolytes for you.
And now we're going to talk about after your workout. So post-workout fuel is recommended within 30 to 60 minutes of exercise. And because fat slows down your digestion, we want to prioritize protein and carbs post-workout. We want to get that in as quick as we can. So now remember, it's more important to balance and eating enough throughout the day than just hyper-focus on your post-workout fuel.
Okay. My computer's about to die. I had to go grab my plug. Hold tight. Hold tight. Of all the emergencies today.
I just heard it go ding.
Charging. All right, so here are some examples of what you might have before and after your workout. If y'all want to take a second and screenshot that, you can. This is a good time for me to check and see if, make sure nobody's knocking to come in. All good. But before, like 0% fat Greek yogurt, fruit protein water smoothie, applesauce mixed with protein powder, rice cakes with like sliced turkey meat, or egg whites with veggies and a side of fruit. Afterwards, this is my go-to, a protein powder with coconut water, like make a shake. Some people like to do applesauce with protein powder and a water shake. Ooh, I don't know. Protein powder, water shake, and a Fit Aid. We sell Fit Aid at Bandit CrossFit as well. Convenient. Okay, next.
I know that, but
I haven't found one that I like either.
glad I'm not rowing that boat by myself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about the plate method. If you are looking to lose weight, doing a regular CrossFit or 60-minute class, following the plate method for your meal after your workout will provide you with the macronutrients and fuel you need to recover. The plate method is kind of a good way of you getting in the 40-30-30 balance.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of simplifies it. If you are training extended workouts or have goals of building muscle, Monica, your post-workout meal will look slightly different to ensure you're getting the fuel you need to recover and build muscle. We want to do 1/3 a plate of veggies for these people, protein and starch. So you'll notice that you're having more protein and starch for post-workout fuel with this meal.
Mm-hmm. Holly too, but she's not an evening worker-outer. Me either. I had to work out with the 5:30 class last night. Ooh, I don't like it. It's too late in the day.
No.
Tip number 2 is to prioritize your rest and your recovery. Did I skip? No.
The recommended amount of sleep for adults is 7 to 8 hours. How many of us think we can go on just 4 hours and call it good? No.
Yeah.
Research shows that athletes may need additional hours for proper recovery. Sleep is vital for hormone regulation and building muscle. When we don't get enough sleep, hormone regulation is all out of whack, which will inhibit our ability to lose weight, perform our best, and build muscle. 35% of adults report sleeping less than 7 hours of sleep per night.
Yikes.
Not me.
Dina's been going to bed at 8:30 every night.
I have my 8:30 to 5, and I get about 8.5 hours of sleep, and it is glorious.
Wonderful. Okay. Another activity is box breathing. Some people may struggle to fall asleep at night or to stay asleep at night, or when you wake up, you struggle to fall back asleep. And so box breathing is a technique that has been shown to calm your central nervous system and allow your mind to allow you to go back to sleep. So here's how it works. You breathe in for 4 seconds. And then you hold it for 4 seconds. Obviously, you can't talk while you're doing it, but you hold. And then you breathe out for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you hold that out breath for 4 seconds. And then the idea is that you keep doing it and you relax and you fall back asleep. Also, it's good for just stress management in general when you're upset about something. It's a great technique to use when you find yourself worked up or stressed. Never know.
Number 3, stress management. Your thoughts influence your actions, which directly indicates your performance. I love that so much. The 3rd tip to skyrocket your performance is related to your mindset.
For sure. Sorry, I'm struggling here. When you have chronic stress, your body stays alert, even though there is no danger. Over time, this puts you at risk for health problems, including high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, depression or anxiety, even skin problems such as acne or eczema, as well as menstrual problems because it's affecting your hormones. I love this book. Go ahead.
I need to read this book. I was looking over this earlier and I was like, okay, you have my attention. Jen's favorite books is Soundtracks by John. How do you say his last name?
Acuff.
He talks about how to overcome overthinking. Overthinking is when what you think gets in the way of what you want. Let's make this practical. Let's say oh no.
Juliet.
Yep, I clicked off. It's fine. Let's make this practical. Let's say you look at the workout for tomorrow and all you can think about is how hard it is and how you're going to struggle with one part of the workout because it's a very difficult movement. You keep replaying how tough it's going to be. And then when you get to the gym and you're doing the workout, all you can think about is how hard it is. Versus you see the workout and you know it's going to be a challenge. You tell yourself, I've been working really hard. It's going to be fun to see how this one goes. During the workout, you tell yourself, good job, and that you are doing your best. At the end of the experience, who do you think had the better workout? 10 out of 10, version number 2.
For sure. For sure. He also, one of his things that he repeats to himself all the time is everything is always working out for me, and always looking for, the good that comes from something or whatever. I love that. Think about it this way: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And that's a quote by Henry Ford. So mindset is everything, right?
Mm-hmm. So many quotes today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's recap here. In order to skyrocket our performance, we need to start with the foundation of our core nutrition principles. Number 1 is focus on whole foods. We should start choosing whole food options and less processed food packed with sodium, fat, and sugar. A simple way to start this is by reshaping your plate using the plate method. Tip number 2 is focus on a balance of macronutrients. When we say balance, we mean, does every meal and snack you consume throughout the day contain carbs, protein, and little fat? Pairing each meal and snack with all 3 of these macronutrients will help keep you fuller for longer. Most people will feel their best while fueling their busy days and activity with 40% carbohydrates, 30% fat, and 30% protein. But these breakdowns may vary per individual. Mm-hmm. Number 3 is limit the number of processed carbs and sugar. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons, 24 grams of sugar for women and 9 for men, which is about 36 grams. Mm-hmm. The average person consumes over 150 pounds of sugar per year. That's about 46 teaspoons per day.
Yeah, way too much.
Surprising that sugar is super addicting and feels hidden in almost every food and product you find in a package. Yeah. And one of our videos this week said that sugar is 8 times more addicting than cocaine.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. We're running a nutrition challenge right now, and so our challengers we're learning about sugar this week, and it's crazy. And this just blows my mind that you're only supposed to have, not more than 6 teaspoons, but an average person is having 40 plus that, an extra 40 teaspoons a day. It's crazy. Yeah, all kinds of problems stemming from that. So here's a couple of frequently asked questions, and I'll take this first one. So I feel like, Dina, that last slide was so long. Dina needs some water. Is there really only a 30-minute window after you work out to fuel your body? This is a great question, and one that often gets asked in a CrossFit gym or any other gym, I'm sure. While it is ideal for fueling your body within 30 to 60 minutes of a workout, that's not the only thing that matters. Nutrient timing after your workout will not transform your performance or body composition alone. What matters more is what you are eating: whole foods, adequate macronutrients throughout the day, and prioritizing your sleep. Moral of the story: your protein shake after your workout isn't the secret weapon to your performance. Does it help? Yes. But if you're only doing that and you're not sleeping and you're not drinking water and you're not eating whole foods, you're eating a bunch of sugar, it's not going to help. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Another question.
Do I need a protein supplement or pre-workout? Most of our clients do not get enough protein throughout the day to meet their goals. If you are consuming protein at all meals and still find it tough to get enough in throughout the day, or you are struggling to eat within 30 to 60 minutes of your workout, a shake would be a good option for you. Whey protein is always the gold standard for building lean muscle mass and would be recommended post-workout. If you have an allergy to milk, pea protein would be a good plant-based substitute. If your primary goal is to build muscle, casein might be a good option for you. And we have a casein pudding recipe on our HSM website. Mm-hmm. Pre-workout oftentimes might contain too much caffeine, leaving you feeling jittery. Remember to focus on whole foods first.
I'm going to post this real quick.
Okay.
Where did that little chat box go? I
don't know.
Hold on. Got it. While I'm thinking about it, there's the link to the casein pudding.
Look at you go.
I know. Look, I feel very fancy right now. One more question. Where should you start? Always a good question. And we always want you to start with just one thing at a time. When you focus on one thing, you are 80% successful when maintaining that thing, or an 80% greater chance of being successful at maintaining that one thing. When you focus on two things, you decrease to 30% successful. And if you focus on three things or more, you'll be less than 5% successful hanging on to those habits. So when we look at the things that we've talked about today, I want you to look at what one of these three things is standing out to you the most. Is it prioritizing whole foods, or prioritizing your sleep and recovery, or prioritizing your stress management and your mindset? Maybe you're thinking all of these things sound great, but you really need support and accountability. That's great. That's exactly what our nutrition coaching program is for. You'll work one-on-one with either Dina or I. And we also have a nutrition coach, Gracie, to set goals and create a plan, focusing on one thing at a time. And your coach will help keep you accountable towards your goals. The personalized support and accountability are what sets our program apart from every other program out there. And we would love to walk beside you on your health and wellness journey. Getting started is super easy. All you have to do is book a free intro, and that can be done in the office or over the phone. And then we'll get you all signed up and create a custom plan just for you. And then you will have support and accountability from your expert coach. And then you'll become the best and the healthiest version of you. Easy. And we'll tell you how to get signed up in a minute.
You're ready to join. We have you can join the 45,000 other people who have worked with HSN coaches worldwide.
Sorry. These are just a couple of our recent nutrition success stories. And their program, the program they went through, was backed by Healthy Steps Nutrition. We already talked about them, and this is where I was trying to get to. I think we can open up probably 5 spots from this call today. And here's what it would look like. You work with a coach to create your plan. You check in weekly to keep you accountable and discuss your progress and tweak your plan along the way. So if you can scan that QR code. I did check it this morning, and it does work. We've learned that these expire after a certain amount of time. So this may be a problem for people that watch this back later on the blog or wherever, but maybe not. You can always book a free intro though from our website. Those don't change. Just links. Apparently links expire. So if anybody out there in the world of electronics knows how to keep links from expiring, or maybe we need to like buy a subscription to something we don't know, please let us know, because we are not technologically savvy, and we don't really do a whole lot of studying for it because we're busy moms.
Hence the reason we're doing our chat from home today, which is a change.
And I'm wearing a hat and don't have on real makeup because my dog had puppies last night, and we were at the emergency vet this morning with that. So it was a fun day. And my oldest daughter is in college at Mississippi State, and she's sick. And today's her last day of midterms, and she just wants me to come get her. So it's so fun. It's so fun being a mom. But anyhow, we're glad y'all joined us today. And one more thing I want to share with y'all is I've really been listening to these lately. There's 2 podcasts that Healthy Steps Nutrition, our dietitian, Nicole Aquin, puts out. One of her podcasts is more for nutrition coaches and dietitians or gym owners. And the other one, though, is just for healthy nutrition tips. And it's called Nutrition Made Simple. And I have been listening to these, and I usually share them either in our social media or at least with our clients, because there's some really good stories out there. Sometimes they're interviewing, past clients. Sometimes it's focused on kind of similar to what we did today, just a health topic, but a lot of good information out there. And so knowledge is power. So the more that you listen or the more that you read, the more you know, and but still focus on one thing at a time.
Yep.
Okay. And if you need help, you know where to find us. So it's not Friday, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Let's see.